Hello and welcome guys to a new episode on Sport Predictor Fanatic. Today we're actually gonna review my predictions of the Wimbledon tournament. Of course, I did a prediction every round. Um, so yeah, we're gonna review my prediction. Well, first I'm gonna talk about like the first round, which one I had wrong, then the second round, which one I had wrong, and so on, so on. But every wrong thing I will talk about. Then I'll tell you the person, like the how many I got good, how many I got wrong in the first round, like the person. I don't know how to say it in English, but the percent. So if it's 100% good or whatever, and at the end I will say my overall percentage. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, we will see. Well, at the first round, I'm gonna tell you right now, I had 13 wrong. The first match that I had wrong was Jerry against Chapovalov. Jerry just came back from a long time not playing, and I thought he would come back really good. But Shapovalov, who isn't really in his form, did well and won in straight sets. Then we had Muller against Gaston. I actually thought the 3 extra matches on grass would help Gaston get the win, but Muller did well in his first match on grass this season and actually won in straight sets as well. There are two tiebreakers though, but I mean, he won. Then it was Sisu Bergs against Cazot. Cazot was actually on a bad form, so I didn't expect much from him. He had a flying start, winning the first and second set, and then Sisu Bergs. But he came back in the fourth and fifth set, but then the fifth set was third and fourth set, and the fifth set was a tiebreaker, and I was wrong. Then it was Harris against Mickelson, what I had wrong. I thought actually the ATP experience from Mickelson that was lacking on Harris's side would help him. Yeah, I think it was a close match and Mickelson started off good, but yeah, it was a 5-setter and Harris came back good, winning the last 3 sets with 2 tiebreakers in it as well. So it was close, but not right. Then it was Vertane against Purcell. Yeah, I actually thought the great week before Wimbledon would actually help Purcell, but Vertane actually played well and won the straight sets, and actually won quite impressive, I must say. Then the next one wrong in the round 1 was Jupp against Sebot Wolf. I mean, it was a closely contested 5-set match, and Sebot Wolf actually won against my prediction, and Sebot Wolf was actually 2-0 behind, so yeah, I was just a little bit wrong. And then it was Korda against Mupetashi Pericard. I mean, it was a very close match with 4 tiebreakers. In 5 sets, so it was a really close match. But Mupetashi Pericard served like hell, and with hell I mean good. But I expected Korda to win, so Mupetashi Pericard won. So I was wrong. And then we have Munar against Harris. I actually expected Harris to play well on grass, and Munar to play less good on grass, but it was actually the other way around, and Munar definitely deserved that win. Then it was Nishioka against Borges. Yeah, I actually expected a close match, and with the inconsistency of Nishioka this year, I thought Borges would win, but he didn't. He played really well and deservedly won that one. Then it was Rublev against Komosana. I think the biggest shock of the first round, maybe with Korda, but I think this was the biggest. Rublev wasn't in the best form, but Komosana actually played some real good tennis, but I didn't expect I didn't expect him to lose, actually, I'm gonna be honest. And then it's Russovori against McDonald that I had wrong. I actually expected McDonald to win due to struggles of Russovori with his fitness, but he actually did really well in this 5-setter, so chapeau to him. And then the other one that I had wrong in round 1 was Safiullin against Cerudolo. Yeah, but Safiullin, my prediction was Cerundolo, but Safiullin came back from 2 sets down and actually won in 5 sets. So I was close to being right, but just not totally. And then it was Feli Auger-Aliassime against Kokkinakis. And he was actually winning in the first. I think he won the first 2 sets, but then lost the last 3, and with that lost the match. So I was very close there again. But that's what I did. Those were actually all the matches I was wrong in the first round. The second round, I had 11 wrong, and the first one that I had wrong was Fognini against Ruud. Fognini played really well, and I know that Ruud is not too great on grass, but I expected a little bit better from him this time. But I mean, it's not his focus on grass, but still I expect him to beat Fognini. Then we had Sonego against Bautista Agut. I actually thought Sonego would win due to a slightly better form he has had, but it was always going to be close, and Bautista Agut just played better, so fair play to him. And then Kekmanovic against Griekspoor. I mean, I expected a really close match. And yeah, it actually was. And Griekspoor was actually battling with a little bit of pain in the back, which didn't really help his game. And of course, Kekmanovic took chances, and with that won in 5 sets. I think without back pain, Griekspoor would have won, but you never know. Commesana again. He was playing against Walton in the second round, and I didn't expect Commesana to win, but he actually won against Walton in a really close match, with in the deciding set it actually being 10-8, which is of course really freaking close. And then the next match I had wrong was Hurkacz against Artur Fils. I actually expected Hurkacz to beat the struggling Fils, but Fils played well, being 2-1 up in sets. And in tiebreak in the 4th set, he fell on the ground when he was 8-7 up. Hurkacz, he fell. He then went down 9-8, so actually a match point for Fils, and Hurkacz forfeited the match. I want to say though, I really want to say though, I don't think Hurkacz is at fault there. He can only injure himself more with playing on, although it could have been 1 point, and he could have forfeited the point. Yes, that is fair, but I mean, he was struggling before that as well. You could see that easily. So I think he was definitely in the right there. The next match I had wrong in that round was actually Harris against Shelton. I actually thought that struggling Shelton would lose here against the Harris, who was actually in an alright form. But Shelton was too strong in this 5-setter, where Shelton actually won in a tiebreaker in the 5th set, which is of course always hard. And then the next match I had wrong was Etcheverry against Popyrin. Another match that I predicted wrong and was a 5-setter. Popyrin actually battled from 2-1 down to go 3-2 up to get the win. And I did think it was going to be close, but I would think it was going to go the other way. And the next match that I was wrong was Matcha against Safiullin. I actually expected Matcha to win this quite easy, but Safiullin played with confidence. He played really well and actually deserved that win. The next one I had wrong was Kokkinakis against Pouille. I must say I haven't seen the match, but Kokonaki's actually retired with it being 1-1 in sets and being 5-2 down in the third set. I don't know why exactly, I'm going to be honest. I said I didn't have to watch the match and didn't watch the highlights. But yeah, due to this injury, I got it wrong. Then Draper against Nori. I actually expected Draper to be better than Nori at this point, but I guess the pressure actually, yeah, I think the pressure became too much for Draper, and Nori played really well. But yeah, I'm sorry for Draper. I really am. And the next match I actually predicted wrong, and that was the last one I predicted wrong in the second round was, and I think it's the most surprising one, is Ruusuvuori against Tsitsipas. I mean, Tsitsipas is maybe not the best on grass, but and Ruusuvuori was like his form was not good, so I thought easy win for Tsitsipas. Nah, it wasn't. Ruusuvuori actually played great tennis, and actually frustrated Tsitsipas in a way that's really good. Like in a good way, he frustrated him, like with playing good. So that's always nice. In the third round, I actually only had 3 wrong. The match I had wrong was Paul against Bublik. Yeah, I expected Bublik to actually win that match, but Paul actually played really good tennis, almost no mistakes, strong passing shots where Bublik actually made some mistakes that match. And with that, yeah, fair play. I mean, wrong is wrong, but it's a shame. The next match I predicted wrong was Shapovalov against Shelton. I actually thought that Shelton, who was actually like 2 hard matches before this, wouldn't be able to win against a grass player as Shapovalov. But yeah, he actually won his 3rd consecutive 5-set winner here. So yeah, well done Shelton on getting 3 5-set wins in a row. But I got it wrong. Must admit that. And then the next match I predicted wrong, and the last match of the third round was Nakashima against Humbert. Yeah, Nakashima actually really looked really impressive in the first 2 rounds, but well, Humbert actually showed him his class and actually, yeah, won this match, well deserved. And with that, I got 3 wrong. That's all right. And in the 4th round, also the 1A finals, I had 3 wrong. The 3 where I was wrong were Dimitrov against Medvedev. I actually thought Dimitrov would win against Medvedev, but unfortunately, Dimitrov fell in this match after a couple of games and had to retire already after 8 games. I think, if I'm right, Dimitrov was 3-0 up in games. Like in the first set, he was 3-0 up. He then fell when it was like 3-2, I think it was. And then, yeah, it just went downhill from there because he just couldn't play normally. So there was that. And then the next match I was wrong about was Musetti against Muppetessi Perricard. I actually thought Perricard, with his service, which was great the whole freaking tournament, he would outplay Musetti with that. But actually Musetti played really well, returned really well. Yeah, just did everything to win the match and deservingly actually won the match. And then Fritz against Zverev. I actually thought Zverev would win this match quite easy. Because he also hadn't dropped a set before this, but Fritz actually played really well, especially the last 3 sets. The first 2 sets were for Zverev, but Fritz actually came back and made it 3-2. Then the quarterfinals, I actually only had 2 wrong, which is the half, so it's not good, but but no, yeah, the runs I was wrong about was Sinner against Medvedev. I really expected a close match there in favor of Sinner. But actually, Medvedev played really well and won deservingly. And I think this is his first win in a long time against like top 5 players or something. So that was really big for him. And then it was Musetti against Fritz, which I was wrong about. I thought it would be close, and it actually was. But I actually thought Fritz would win that. But Musetti played the 5th set almost perfectly, like almost perfectly. So well deserved. He got the win. Fair play, you know. What can you do about it? Then the semi-final, I actually had both of the semi-finals good. And then the final, I was wrong. Yeah, I expected Djokovic to come back a little bit stronger this match after losing it last year to Alcaraz, but Alcaraz actually outplayed him. Like very fairly outplayed him. It was straight sets win from Alcaraz in the final, which was, I think that's something no one expected. But yeah, it was. Now I'm gonna tell you the like how many I got good, basically. In round 1, I got 80% out of all the games I got good, so that was a really good round for me. The second round was a little bit worse. I got 66% good. Then the third round, I was good about, right about 81% of the matches. Then the fourth round was a little bit worse again, with 63% rightly predicted. Quarters was my, well, one of my worst rounds. I only nailed 50%. The other 50% were, of course, wrong. The semifinals, I was 100% good. I was totally right about who came in the finals, but the final itself, I was totally wrong. Which actually gave me an overall of 74% good, which I'm not even mad about. Like, I think out of all Wimbledon matches, I think that are really much matches, I think 74% isn't that bad. And like, if you see my first round, that was actually really good. My best round was actually the third round. Well, my best round was semifinals, but let's go for the first 4. My best round was actually the third round, which was really good. But yeah, that was my review of my predictions. I think I'm quite happy with what I did. Most of those I got wrong were because of injuries or maybe because of 5-setters. And some I just was wrong about, you know. But they were pretty unpredictable matches, I must say. Or at least matches where you shouldn't expect it, like Komesan against the Russian Don. Wow, how I've forgotten his name. I'm stuck with Zverev in my mind, but it's not Zverev. I know it's not Zverev. I so know it's not Zverev. Oh, Rublev, sorry, yeah. But yeah, that's something nobody saw coming. And there were some few other surprises. I think it was a pretty fun tournament. The final could have been a little more fun, I think. Overall good tournament, but yeah, for now, I want to thank you all for watching. Please have a good day, and I'll see you.